Right guys, I've had to transfer over now to my webcam because guess what, the battery's run out in my other camera and I haven't got any handy, so I'm going to be messing about with the camera now for a little bit. Right, okay, let's see if we can sit down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've taken the amp out of the old plastic case. I'm going to put it in the new much harder proper flight case. I didn't take into consideration, I was trying to save some weight, I've got to be honest. So splitting the amps apart, but what I didn't take into consideration is the weight of the case. The only thing I would say, it's a lot stronger, the handles are much better, and I think it just would be a total neater approach to the problem. Don't worry about this here, if you can see it, that's the little microphone so you can hear what I'm talking about. So anyway, a fear of looking stupid, I'm going to try to get this in the case. So I'm going to move this around a little bit. Right, okay. Move your microphone, bang, bang, bang. Oh, sorry about that. Hopefully that'll be alright. So this is always a bit clumsy, always a bit difficult, because it's so heavy. But what I've actually done, and what I do want to show you, if possible, how easy this is going to be. Here, yeah, you can see that. See, there's like little nuts that screw in, bolts that screw into the nuts. The nuts are in the channeling there. So I've already pre-placed them. You can slot them in down the side, so that wasn't any problem. That's quite a nice way of doing it. See if you haven't seen it before. There we go. Hopefully that'll readjust. Yeah, here we go. Right, now let's see how we go with this. Oh! No. I'm going to have to get the lead-ins. Right, here we go. Mind your fingers. Right, now we take it forward. And that will take some of the weight. I'll carry on in a sec. Right guys, it has been a bit of fiddling about, but it's my fault. It's much easier to do it from this sort of angle because you can move the bolts around. What was happening is the bolts would just drop into the bottom and I was trying to get them back up, here we go. But at this angle I've moved the bolts around, I moved the amp, so you can still move the amp flexible. It's actually in now, but so what I will do now, I'm going to turn it back over and then tighten them all up. Oh, there we go. So use the camera work. Right, so I'm tightening these. Now I'm not a great lover of Allen keys, to be honest, because I can never find them and they do round off a little bit. But they are also very secure. So once this is in, it should be able to support the weight quite easily. They're quite big old bolts in comparison, I would imagine. There's 4 of them holding the weight, and we're also going to put the electronic crossover in here, which I will get out in a moment. So I'll finish this and we'll be back to you in a sec. Right, firstly I want to show you the crossover, electronic crossover, active crossover, whatever you want to call it. It's a two-way stereo crossover. I think it's a 3-way mono. I don't think it is actually. I don't know. I know nothing about crossovers, to be honest. Brian's helped me with this, and perhaps you guys can tell me a bit more about it. But it really insists it was a great thing. It's got a sonic maximizer on it. Oh, here we go. Sonic maximizer on it. That supposedly improves the sound immensely. So we will see. We will see. I'm not going to be using it straight away because I haven't got my sub yet. But I want to get it all up and running and ready. Now I ordered this from a place in Brooklyn, in the States, off of eBay, and it did work out cheaper. It come DHL very quickly, 3 days I think, no problems. The only thing you have to remember, let me turn it around, it comes set up for American power source, so I believe that's between 95 and 120 volt. Right, now let's get on here. Excuse me, I'm using the webcam, so it's not the most ideal scenario. So, but what it is here, there's a fuse, and you get a spare fuse, So you pull that out, you put the spare fuse in, which is actually the fuse for the 210 240 volt. You turn it round and push it in, and you can't see here, but it actually tells you which way around it's got to be. It's not that clear, but it doesn't take that much working out. On the back, where are we? These are the outputs: unbalanced, high output, low output, unbalanced in, balanced in. Channel 1, high unbalanced output, low unbalanced output, input unbalanced, and balanced in. Now I want you to tell me if there is any advantage to going balanced in from the mixer. Can you please tell me, is there any advantage? I know overall in big gigs, I know the theory behind it, but in this case, is there any reason? Here it goes. It's made in California. Well, actually it's made in China, but it's designed in California. It's a BBE make, and it's a Max X2. A Max X2. I should have said that at the beginning. There we go. So obviously I'll be doing a running report on that when we get it up and running. What I would ask, is there any way we can set this up so that I can use the sonic maximizer just going through my normal speakers, using them as full range speakers. So I haven't thought about it, to be honest. I'm normally pretty good, but my brain is going into old age, I think. So you know, to make it easier for me, if I can still, I know, as I said, not a lot about crossovers. So do I set the crossover at a certain place so the speakers are still getting the full range? Hence, I can then still run it through this thing and put the sonic maximizer on. Anyway, perhaps one of you will leave a comment down there. We'll get on, I'll put it in and let's see what it looks like. Right guys, so hopefully you'll see what I've done here. I didn't even realise it. It shows you how much notice. I thought this was just one screw, but so I had to play about, but I've got those in, and I think that looks much neater. Now you might say, well, why have you put the crossover in with this amp? Because this, I think, is the amp I'm going to use for my mids and highs, and my more substantial amp I'm going to use for the woofer, or I'm going to go for an active woofer. But I might change this amp over to the other amp. I might not. I haven't used this that much. In comparison, it's still pretty in good condition. I've had no problems with it though, and I've had some good reviews. It's quite powerful. As I said, it's about 6,500 watts per channel at 4 ohms. At 8, it's still about 4. What was it? 4. Anyway, about that and a bit more. But it's enough to power the JBL 15s that I'm going to get. We'll see. We'll see. As I said, for the crossover, now I'm really now if I have it'd be the high. You know, I don't have a woofer in, so we forget about that channel, and we just have the tops. Now, if I have this set somewhere, wherever, can I use it without using it, if that makes sense? I don't want it actually to cross over anything. All I want to be able to do is use the sonic maximizer, or will I have to perhaps just forego that? But perhaps I should just read the book and not worry about it. But anyway, hopefully a job well done. I'm going to put the lid on and do a final shot for you. What I did want to show you, bang bang bang, sorry about that guys. What I did want to show you, once I get rid of this microphone, here we go, is these catches. Are really husky old catches. They're full open butterfly catches. So, and then when you turn it, and it pulls it all in tight, away you go. So and that's on the front.